Hello there, today I'm playing some more Warzone for you guys, Season 6, and the night mode has finally arrived. It had been rumored, but it is finally there for the Haunting of Verdansk, which is basically the Halloween mode, which also includes this really cool zombie mode, Zombie Royale. You probably already played it if you play a lot of Warzone. If not, it's really fun, but it is really hectic, as you will see from these clips. I've got a couple of clips from the zombie modes and also some clips from the regular night mode, which you can also play, which was trios when I recorded all of this, but is now turned into solos. And the zombie matches are all trios as well. It's been really fun. It's been the change that I needed in Warzone, because I feel like Season 6 didn't add that much. But before we get into that, in these clips I'm using a couple of different loadouts. You see me using my MP5 and Kilo, which is basically just a metal loadout. MP5 mostly built for hipfire, and then just a regular Kilo. But I'm also using the new MP7 and AK with the new lightning tracers, which look really cool. I just like it so much, especially at night, and especially when you kill someone and they just zap out of existence. And I believe I also have some clips with the M4 and the MP7. So yeah, different loadouts, that just to change it up for myself. But I've really been enjoying these new modes. I think this is the most fun I've had with a limited time mode. I wish they would keep it in for longer, but I understand it's just timed around to Halloween. I really do wish they would have added the night mode, just regular night mode, not with all the scary stuff necessarily, but just a regular night mode. I wish they would have added that in Season 6 just as a regular thing. And then maybe that every time if you join a match, you are either joining day or night randomly, or just have you pick whether you want to play at night or day. Because I feel like that would have been a really nice last season if we got that. Instead of just a metro, because I feel like nobody really uses it, at least I don't. So Season 6 felt kind of boring. I do enjoy the battle pass, but gameplay wise not really much new stuff to play around with until this mode dropped. So I feel like if they would have added night mode for just the entire season, that would have been really great. But I'm just happy that we get to play it now, because it feels like the change that I needed for Warzone. And as I've said, I really have been enjoying it. I do think the zombie mode is so intense, so I usually don't play it that much. Usually just a couple of matches, like 2 or 3 matches, and then it's done. The regular night mode I really do enjoy, because it just feels like the entire map has changed. Of course it hasn't, it's just dark, but I feel like it's just a nice change of pace. And especially some of the traces just look really cool at night. So it's just a really fresh experience to play Warzone that way. And of course the zombie mode, well, you're watching it right now. This was one of the first matches I played in the zombie mode. It's just really crazy. And I like that every time you die as a human, you get the chance to get back as a zombie and try to collect those things and get back into the game. I feel like that makes the game really fast-paced, of course, because a lot of people are just staying in the game and coming back time after time. But also, it makes that you don't have to leave the game, start a new one every time. You can stay in a match quite long, actually, and that makes it more fun for everyone, I think, because it's not empty. Of course you start in a smaller circle as well, so I think they've done a really good job with this mode to making it just really fun to play and very well balanced and just very enjoyable, to say the least. So I really have been enjoying it, as you can see. Yeah, it's just really hard to get a win there, because it's so hectic, and I feel like, especially if you come back as a human, you get in so low that sometimes you just get beamed out of the sky immediately. But if you do manage to land, it's a really fun experience trying to at least keep one human on your team. It's been great. So yeah, I've really been enjoying that, especially because I was feeling a little bit stale with this season. But of course, we also had the Cold War beta just before this, which I did play. I didn't make a video about it because I thought there were so many videos already, and I'm a really new player to Call of Duty, so I didn't feel like my opinion mattered that much. But I did play it, I did really enjoy it, and it does beg the question for me, what are they gonna do with Warzone next season? Because then it's gonna go over to Cold War, they've said it, but they haven't said how. They could of course just add all the weapons in this variant of Warzone, so we get all the new Cold War shit in this game, but they also could bring all the stuff we have now, the operators and the skins for your weapons, could bring that over to the new game, because all the mechanics for Warzone are already in Cold War as well, because they had the fire team mode, which was really similar to Warzone, at least the gameplay aspects of it. So I'm really curious to see what exactly is going to happen, and of course how this version of Warzone is going to end. I really do hope we're going to go and get a new map for Warzone, no matter where Warzone goes. But I feel like they kind of have to, so hopefully they'll do that. But anyway, enough about Cold War beta. I enjoyed it. Can't wait for the game to come out. Of course, we'll get regular zombies as well, which is going to be great. But this is a great first taste of zombies night mode. I've just been loving it. So here we're pretty deep into a match of zombies. I've just landed back. I feel like, especially early game, if you become a zombie, it's really easy just to pick up some syringes and get back into the game, not even try to risk it with trying to get a kill. And here I'm using the new Lightning AK, and actually I must say, this is the first time me using an AK in a loadout, and it's not half as bad as I would have expected. Of course, it can't really compete with the meta weapons, but it is really fun to use, and especially with these new traces, it just looks really cool. I'm about to get swarmed by zombies though. I've got this hipfire MP7, which is really great, but at some points there's just too many of them. So yeah, now back into a different match. I believe this is just a regular night mode though. I have a bounty here, we just rushed a teammate, and I was feeling smart because I know these bushes and they always like to hide in there. So this time I just took a car to it, and it actually worked out. But unfortunately, he did manage to bring his teammates back into the game. But I'm not about to give up anyway, so I was going to chase them. But of course, it's also really risky because I don't have a trophy system. You never know what kind of explosives they have, but they haven't thrown anything at me yet, so I decided to get into it. But also I didn't want them to get into the car because that is also potentially really dangerous. So I ran one of them over, which one of my teammates already downed, and now I'm just using the car as a distraction to finish the last one off. Yeah, so this was all just in the regular night mode, which I also really enjoy. I really hope that they would just add this for all the modes, especially during this event, and otherwise just as an option for the other modes. Airport, always a dangerous crossing. Somehow I managed to get off my cluster strike there to save my skin a little bit, but I do know that the entire team is coming in now, and I'm basically left alone here because the gas is also coming in and my team is caught. One is already down, or gone actually. The one is about to get down, so I know they're all here around me. I do manage to down one of them, but unfortunately not enough. So we're back in zombies now. Really hectic again, really crazy start. Train station is one of my favorite spots to land, as you might notice from all these clips. It's just a great place to loot, and we actually got a pretty good start here right now. Get some really nice early kills so that we can get ourselves a loadout and make sure that we're well equipped to battle all the zombies that are incoming. Because I feel like once you've got your loadout, of course you return every time you come back from zombie and return as a human, you get your weapons back. So as soon as you've got your loadout the first time, you're good to go basically for the rest of the match. So here we're just fighting over this buy station, so of course everybody is trying to get the same thing just by the loadout, because the loadout drops a little bit later in this game as well, so you don't want to wait necessarily for that. Because zombies already coming in, of course. No dull moment here. And again, using the AK. I really quite enjoy using it. I might actually try and use it a little bit more often. Maybe even try to get a win with it, because I feel like it has some potential. And I just really like this tracer pack with it as well. So we're getting really pinned there. So my teammates both down. One of them is already a zombie. The other one is down here. But the team is still coming in. Luckily, I managed to finish them all off, but there are now zombies everywhere. I tried to res him, but fortunately, was one other person there. This is my zombie strat. Already caught one syringe, I think, of my own body. And he killed my teammate, so I just picked up that syringe. I do like that you are invulnerable. And this is what I mean by sometimes you just get dropped into the game at a place that's really unfortunate and you get just beamed out of existence immediately. It was with the ghoul electric tracer, so can't be too mad. Fortunately, I managed to get back really quickly. But by this point, I was all alone and zombies are everywhere. So not much of a chance here for me, and being in this open area is also not ideal. So here we got, I think, one of the last matches we played in the zombies mode. So far so good. Got a loadout off early, but here we get caught into the middle of, I think, 2 or 3 teams. So one of my teammates is doing that now. I get stunned, but fortunately he doesn't push. And we managed to down him so that my zombie buddy can get his syringe there. So a little bit later in the game. So it's really busy at this area because the circle is starting to get really small. As you can see by all the shooting here. Basically, there's someone at all sides. But we do manage to get through it for a bit before I get just overwhelmed. They get beamed from every side. Luckily, it's easy to get some syringes. Here I just kill steal for the syringe basically, because you just have to pick it up the first one. You're the first one to pick it up and then you're good. But it's really hectic here, as you can see. So I'm in the middle of zombies. Fortunately, I knew that, and they didn't attack me all at once, which was also really helpful. So there's another zombie coming in here. Luckily I saw him coming, but there was a third one which I didn't see, unfortunately. So my teammate managed to come back as a human and stay alive, and there's one other human, so I'm just trying to get all the zombies to kill this guy. Fortunately, we managed to get the zombie win, which is great, and I do really like it, the fact that when you're a zombie, you enter the helicopter as a zombie. So we had one person who was completely out of the game, one zombie, and one last human. We get the win, the zombie win. I had a lot of damage in this match, but for some reason didn't get the finish on many of my kills. But that doesn't matter, because we won a zombie round at least once, and I'll be enjoying it for the remainder of this event. I hope you're enjoying it as well, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.